Hello, back again for another video. Now, I mentioned one of these towers in the last episode, which, after uploading it, was just a few minutes ago. But officially, I really just want to make a video on three specific towers. This cell tower right here, this cell tower right here, and then this one back here. This one right here is beaconless, despite it being over 200 feet, I'm pretty sure. In my opinion, that sucks. I kind of think I get it why, but I'll get to it later after I mention this tower right here. Because I'm going to start off with this one first. Now, last video, the last tower I showcased had a white-only strobe light. White-only single strobe light from Flash Technology. This one has a wide-only single strobe light as well, but I don't think it's a Flash Technology. Personally, I think it's the rare international tower lighting strobe light. Because surprisingly, in my area, it's pretty common. There's a tower near where I'm currently recording this that has this beacon that I'm just going to get to at the end of the video for you to see it. But this one's actually the tallest of the cell towers that I know that has an international tower lighting strobe light in Ohio. I'm not sure in Missouri because there's a cell tower that Big LT showed me because he lives in Rolla, Missouri. He showed me a tower that had a white-only single strobe that might be taller than this. This one does not have a second set. It's only one white-only strobe light and no sets of markers. That's it for this one. Next up, this one, this is probably my favorite tower because again, I love red and white guide towers, and this is also a childhood tower. Like, all these towers right here are childhood towers. But this one was probably my favorite. And it's my favorite because it was the first that I knew of with multiple strobe lights. The first time I've ever knew that a cell tower could have more than one beacon on it. Now, Big LT's first cell tower that he knew that could have multiple beacons was the red and white the red and white guide tower with night mode only LEDs. This cell tower right here has strobe lights, but they're not the kind of strobe lights you think they are. They look like this. TWR E1DB SLs, also known as the strobe and LED. I'm not sure if this was the first time I saw this beacon at night. I'm not sure. It might have been another tower that I live near. But this cell tower has this beacon, and I have seen it at night, so there is proof that it has it. I don't think it's completely cell tower. Only one component on it is really a cell component. And then there's a couple microwave antennas, some guy wire holders, and these weird looking antennas that just protrude out of the side of it. Don't really know why. And again, I hate this about a lot of towers, but it's not very... I don't get really picky. The thing just doesn't... Why doesn't the wiring thing here complete until the top? I think it's because it's supposed to complete until it gets to the cell antenna. And then there might be tinier wires that I'm just not seeing. But anyways, that's it for this tower. But now I'm also going to show you something. This cell tower right here is beaconless. It has nothing on it. But I'm guessing this tower is 200 feet tall. Now, what I'm guessing, and the reason why this doesn't have a beacon, is because this tower here is kind of like the FAA crew says, well, this cell tower already has beacons. This cell tower is super close to it, and it's very small. Like, very small compared to it, even though it's 200 feet. So it's not required to have an FAA light. Like, I wouldn't even care if you put the worst LED on this thing. Give this thing a beacon. It needs life. And before I give you this tower, the last one, I'm going to show you a small tower that's located just next to them. Like, I've actually not been on this street view before, so I'm gonna see if this is the right one. No, it's a different one. It's the one right behind it. Yeah, they're both right here, but you can't street view the area. So you need to go close enough to really see it. Okay, at the time, I don't think these apartments were built. This is another quest, but there is a small cell tower that doesn't really need a beacon. And I don't really care if it would still not have a beacon for a long time. I would love it to, just, it can't. You can see these towers from Route 8 highway, and if you look close enough, you can see them from the Interstate 76. I think you can't see them right here. Anyways, there is this tower right here. It's tiny and it's beaconless. It's probably my least favorite tower. I would love it to have a beacon. Again, don't care if it's the crappy LED. Beacons give a tower character. They just usually the worst of beacons is just because they do the least to characterize the tower. And I also don't like if they replace a unique beacon that makes the tower special, in my opinion. Speaking of a beacon that was replaced on a tower, this tower actually recently got its beacon replaced. This cell tower right here has an LED beacon, but I'm going to first get into what this tower used to have. It had this in 2016. Yes, it did. It used to have a FlashGuard 3000 dual strobe. Either that or maybe an International Tower Lighting or TWR dual strobe. I know it was not a flash technology. It flashed a little bit differently at night. And it was cool. I used to, like, when I used to, like, my dad drove me, to one of his friends' houses. And then, I was able to see this tower at night, near that house. It still had its strobe light today. And then it got replaced with an LED. But I personally was actually kind of happy that it got replaced with an LED, because I have not seen this LED in person until the tower got this beacon. It's the Huey and Phillips Horizon. It's a red and white LED here. Now, if you don't know how it flashes at night, I'm just gonna show you a John Boy OK video to show you, because he's made a video of this beacon. You can see it flashing at night. Flashes like that at night. So, this was the very first time I saw this beacon. I was excited. I was happy. I really wanted to see a beacon like that on a cell tower that's near my location. Nowadays, I found a few more towers with this beacon. Like, there's a microwave tower along the Interstate 71, and a group of street lights that have in Kentucky that have this beacon. But yeah, it's a very rare LED. It's one of the rarest beacons that I have ever seen. But anyways, the last thing I was going to show you is that white-only strobe light tower with an International Tower Lighting white-only strobe. So it looks like this. It has 6 antennas. Well, no, 5 antennas. This top antenna on the tower, unfortunately, no longer exists. It got, I think wind blew it over and it got destroyed. And it got removed off the tower in basically the end of 2019 and early 2020. I'm pretty sure I even told either my mom or dad about that antenna removal, because I always knew the tower had that specific antenna ever since I first knew this tower. So I've got to say RIP to you, antenna. You would be missed. And if you don't know how the international tower lighting strobe light, white only strobe light, the 2400, it flashes exactly like a flashguard 2000 at night. 0.5 seconds on, 1 second off. Anyways, I gotta go say bye-bye, because it's already been going for around 10 minutes. I'm just gonna say, there's nothing really to say anymore. Bye.